guys, and welcome to a very short video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this episode is actually about, it is about explaining what my sensitivity settings are. So a number of you guys have asked me about my sensitivity settings in this game because you guys have bought this joystick and it feels quite sensitive. So I kind of want to explain, so here's my sensitivity settings basically. So you click on controls, you can see here USB game controller. It's not recognised, so it just shows up as USB game controller. And you click on sensitivity. I've got it set to -9 for all my axes. I'm pretty sure that's default, although it might not be. And then the dead zone, 2% on up and down and left to right, and then nothing on the throttle because the throttle's tiny. So it's good to have that sort of thing. And I ignore these lines here because they seem to be more about the sensitivity curve. The line you want is this one here. So obviously left, if you look there, and right, and then on this one, there you go, backwards and forwards. Absolutely fine, great. So it works pretty well. Now, one thing I have to mention as well, it isn't just the sensitivity settings. It is how you fly the plane. With a little private plane, I found this in FSX as well, you have to be very, very careful and very, very smooth with the plane. If you're flying a big, massive 747, sure, you can just pull back and it feels great. But with a little Cessna, or for example, the TBM 930 I've been flying, even on a yoke, it's very sensitive. It isn't the joystick. It's partially the game's flight model, and it's just partially, the plane's light, so it's very sensitive. So you just got to be gentle. And if you find it difficult, just, maybe go into sensitivity and try playing with the sensitivity settings, If you move it like this, look, it'll be, so left, say for example, left, look, I'll have almost no movement, but then if I push it all the way, I'll start to turn very rapidly, if you want that. But I personally don't like that because it feels very weird. And if you want to go the other way, it might feel very sensitive initially, and then become not very sensitive at the end. That's how the sensitivity curves work on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, but I like it about -9. But it's kind of like it's a little bit less sensitive at the start than it is at the end. But it's not massively noticeable. Again, just to play around with it, So basically, positive sensitivity means it's more sensitive at the beginning, and then less sensitive at the end. Negative sensitivity means it's less sensitive at the start, and then more sensitive at the end. That's how it works. So I like -9, and you guys can just choose. And then the dead zone, again, it's kind of like, the dead zone's quite useful if you just want to stop knocking it, because you can see if I go left, forward does slightly move. If I got rid of the joystick, it would move a lot more. If I got rid of the dead zone, I mean. Because obviously left, it's quite helpful. Sometimes you can move it left and accidentally move it forward, so therefore you might want a bit more of a dead zone. But that's about it, really. It's not the joystick, though. The joystick itself is very good. It's just got to remember, if you're flying a small plane, be careful. And if you're flying a bigger plane like an A320, again, that's one thing I did say as well. An A320 is probably the best plane to test out the joystick, because an A320 has a joystick. That's another thing you've got to take into consideration. If you're flying a plane with a yoke with a joystick, or if you're flying a plane with a joystick with a yoke, it will feel a bit weird. But not many people have a joystick and a yoke. It's not. I don't. Well, I do, but I use them separately. One on one PC and one with the other PC. I don't have two of each to just use independently when I want. So and many people don't. So that's just how it is. There's no point having two devices blocking up your desk and everything. You might as well have one. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this little video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.